What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to meet Caitlin because we've been together a year. Yesterday it was. So yeah, thank you. But yeah, been together a year, which means this car is getting a little bit old. And I've had it another year. I had this when I met Caitlin, still got it now. So I think it's time for a change. The Fiesta is actually going this time. Quite emotional. Been through a lot, and I've got something coming. It's on order, deposit's down. It's not mine. I'll show you what it is. I'll do a full reveal of it, but the car's not mine. It's we're sharing it, me and Mum. It's going to be mainly her car. She's paid for it. It's all out of her money. But I'm going to be the main insurer on it because I've got to get to and from work. I now don't have a daily car. And this car's going to We Buy Any Car because they offered me a fair bit of money for it. We're not going to talk about that. Over the years, we've had some great fun. This car, things I love about it are the steering wheel, so light. I love the steering. It just makes... in a performance car, you kind of want it to be stiff, but it sort of is, but it sort of isn't, because it's nice for town driving and stuff. And one of the best parts about it is it will pull in absolutely any gear, and it's just a hell of a lot of fun. The next thing is that I love the torque steer. When I first got this car, so many people told me, be prepared for the torque steer, and I've come from a 1.2 Punto into a 2 litre ST, and I didn't really know what to expect. I've never experienced torque steer before. I definitely didn't get it in my Punto, and I didn't really know what to expect. So when I dropped a gear, I'm in third now, if I dropped it into second, the steering wheel went like that, and I was like, whoa, as you accelerate. Great fun, because you've just got to be alert, and you got to catch it. Make sure that you're there and prepared for the torque steer, basically. And yeah, so that's basically it for the things I like about this car. The things I don't like, there's a huge list. When I first got the car, I took my mate out to McDonald's, and the first thing he said to me was, if you bang just down here on a bit of plastic, it makes the heater dials light up brighter. Straight away I was like, what the hell? I've bought a car where you've got to bang it to get it to work better. Well, that put me off straight away. James Gandy, if you're watching, it's all because of you. But yeah, so that... in low gears, this car does move. It's a lot of fun. Then there was other things. I upset someone somehow. My car got vandalised, it got keyed, it got dented, it got scratched up. Things got taken off my car. I've had things nicked. I've crashed it twice. I reversed into a 1967 Ford Mustang, and yeah, very heavily dented the rear end. I slid out down a road and snapped my rear axle. Yeah, that was expensive. And someone else told me not to rag it in first gear when it's cold, because things happen to the diff. Yeah, I found that out as well. The diff went through the gearbox and out the other side. That was costly as well, paying for a new diff and a new gearbox. So this car has had a fair bit of history with me. I've got a huge list. I'm sitting here next to me with a book as I look over to see what else I can say. I've got a massive list of things. I'm just not impressed with this car. It rattles, it shakes, I get bangs everywhere, and I've had in the last week, or no, last 2 weeks, sorry, I've had a coil snap and a puncture, both of which I had to get rescued by the RAC because I've got no spare tyre. I had to take that out as well. So speaking of putting the diff through the gearbox, I also was never impressed with the gearbox anyway, because as you put it in reverse, sometimes it don't always go in first time, and then you have to play with the clutch a little bit, get to the biting point, all of a sudden the gear stick will jolt, and there it is in reverse. It's just a pain in the bum. The gearbox is crap in this Fiesta. It really is. Sometimes you have to put it into third to then get it into reverse, which is a massive pain in the arse. I fitted an aftermarket radio that doesn't fit. I put in a ST badge on the lower front grille, just to sort of make it stand out, the fact it's an ST and stuff. But I took the grille out to put the ST badge on it, and then when I went to put, oh no, I sprayed it as well. I sprayed the front grille, so I took it off to spray it, and I took it off to put the ST badge on. But when I put it back in, the grille didn't go back in, and it didn't click in. I completely broke the front grille. So that doesn't always stay in, I have to pop it in. There's a bit of flappy plastic down by the passenger footwell that just flaps around and just generally makes a lot of noise, which is really annoying. One of the times I tried to change the tyre, the time that I did have my spare wheel, I was trying to, because the car also doesn't have a car jack. And if it does, it's crap, because, I mean, I can't find it. But anyway, so I tried to ask my mate if I could use his VW jack on the Fiesta. Ooh, GTR! Sorry. I don't know if you guys might have seen it, actually. Yeah, but so as I'm changing the tyre with the VW jack, the jack went like that, and the car hit the floor. Dropped it straight on its brake disc, and I was like, ah. I checked everywhere for cracks, the disc was fine. But yeah, that was a scary moment. Luckily I did manage to call Mum to come and get me while I was at work in Tiptree, for her to bring me a proper jack and everything that I actually need to refit the tyre. Within a week that I bought this car, I went out and bought myself a finned rear diffuser just to make the rear end look a bit more aggressive. It's an ST, I wanted it to really stand out and look cool, and everyone seems to have the finned rear diffusers, so I thought I'd join in. I took off the old rear diffuser, which was just a shitty plastic one, and tried to put this one on, but then I found out the bumper, where the rear diffuser popped into, it looked like it'd come off before, and basically the slot where the rear diffuser slots into the bumper had been ripped open, so it was just an open hole, and so the rear diffuser actually doesn't stay in the bumper. It just pops itself out. It's still on the car, there's still like loads of other points where it connects, but the actual fin diffuser itself pops itself out of the bumper. Oh, it's so annoying, and every time I park up I slot it back in again. But yeah, so there's a huge list, I could go on forever, but unfortunately this car has to go. I've had enough, we've had some great fun. Oh, and another thing, I just want to say this one more thing, this is a standard Fiesta thing, it came from the dealership like this. The side mirrors, when you lock the car, it bounces off the end of the motor. What the hell? That does that from factory. It's just from factory. Ford actually engineered the mirrors to do that. Why? Why? If you've got electric mirrors, try it on your Fiesta, I guarantee you it will make that noise, and it's just bizarre, it's odd. It's Ford engineering. One more thing while I'm looking at it. Why the hell is my dashboard blue? Of all the things, I've got black, I've got silver, I even made a little bit of white, that was myself to be fair, but I've got all these colours and it just doesn't match, and all of a sudden I've got a blue dashboard, and it's like a blue rubber. It's not leather, it's not plastic, it's rubber, it's blue rubber. Ford, what were you thinking? Why is my dashboard blue? I just don't understand it, and I mean that just sums up the car. It's bizarre. But anyway, I'm gonna have to go now because I'm running out of time. Unfortunately, it's a big goodbye from this car. Let me tell you how many miles I've done in it. 74,793 is on the clock. I think I bought it at 54, I seem to remember. That could be wrong. So I have done a fair few miles. I think I've had it for about 3 years. So, I mean, I've not done too bad. I've been up and down to Silverstone quite a few times, and it's made it there quite happily. It's done really well in the short time, fairly short time that I've had it. I've had it 3 years. But yeah, we've had a great time. And now, one more thing, the exhaust rattles because it's very loose. And that was the last straw. The car is going, We Buy Any Car, tomorrow morning, 10 past 10 on the 14th of April. And yeah, enough is enough. And it's like this is a moving write-off, because I've spent so much money repairing this car. I've spent thousands putting the diff through the gearbox, £700 and something. Snapping the rear axle, £700 and something. That's £1,400 in itself. And I'm going to get just a little bit more than that from We Buy Any Car today. I think they've offered me like another £700, but yeah, it's a moving write-off at the minute. I keep repairing it and repairing it and repairing it. Things keep going wrong. A new tyre was £94 last week, and the coil was like 120 something. I just can't keep paying out for this car. It's got to go. So as I said, I snapped the spring. There was that. I had an oil leak for ages and I couldn't work out what it was. It was all over the driveway. It was a slow drip. We couldn't work out what it was. I jacked the car up. I bought a trolley from Halfords. I went underneath the car to have a look. Couldn't work out what the oil leak was at all. Really struggled to work out what it was that was leaking under my car, and I don't think I actually ever found it. I think we might have just replaced a hose that could have been split. I don't think we actually knew whether it was or wasn't for sure, but we replaced it and everything seemed fine after that. There was a summer that I had no aircon. I went for, no, in fact, I think there was a couple of summers. I think there was 2 summers out of the 3 years that I've had it where I've had absolutely no aircon. The aircon just didn't work. The motor, where it pumps around all the fluid or something, wasn't working, so I had to get the aircon replaced. I'm going. Probably the last pull that I'm going to have in this car, and that's 70. So you can see how long it takes from 0 to 70 really. It takes a while, but this car is a lot of fun. I've had so much fun. It handles really, really well for a 2 litre, and it sits really high. The only thing I really wanted to do with this car was to lower it. The centre of gravity was lower, it would handle a bit better. I never got around to doing that, never bothered. It's not had a single modification other than the rear diffuser at the back and a few stickers. But then the other thing, the seat heat doesn't work. In the winter, from one extreme, from no aircon, this seat heat doesn't work. The passenger one does, and it makes you feel like you've wet yourself. It gets so warm, but it works so well. You can have the windows open in the winter and have the seat heat on, and it's just fine, it works. But the driver's seat has never worked. The button's never ever engaged anything in the seat to make it warm, and it drives me insane to know that I've got the function there, but it doesn't work. There was one time where I went to put down my window in the summer because I had no aircon, and the window wouldn't go down. The motor had blown inside the door. I had to take the door apart, buy the part, which was like 56 quid, I seem to remember off the top of my head. I looked at the email recently, I think it was about 56 quid for a new motor. We had to take the door apart, take it off, put the new one on, then put the door all back together. I did that myself, so I didn't have to take it to a garage, but for someone that wasn't really, what's the word? I just kind of wanted to do it. I didn't want to take it to a garage and get them to put a new motor in. I wanted to sort of do it myself, really. The last thing to mention is the running costs, the fuel, the insurance. So I don't pay all of my insurance because we're on an Admiral multi-car with my family, and my sister pays her car and I pay my car. Obviously, being a male and in a Fiesta ST, a 2 litre, at the age of 22, my insurance is considerably more than my sister, my mum's and my dad's, probably all put together. I'm not 100% on that, but anyway, I pay the extra, whatever that is. It is quite a lot more, but I drive to and from Tiptree every day for work, Monday to Friday. I think it's about 25 miles from home to work, about a 40-minute drive, and I can get through £50. I can get to and from work on £10 a day. So I get to and from work £50 a week on fuel alone. Not to mention all of the running costs after that for maintenance, getting some oil in the engine, and and then anything that breaks down. This car has cost me an absolute fortune, but not gonna lie, I have enjoyed every single mile in this car, other than the ones where it's been broken or it's been in like kind of a limp mode towards a garage. But every single mile with this car has been incredible. I am gonna miss it, not gonna lie. I have slagged off this car quite a few times on Facebook and how much I hate it and how much I want to get rid of it. However, when it does go today, I am gonna miss it. But that's gonna be it from me. I just wanted to let you know that this is the end. I'm taking it to Pitsy Car Wash now to get it cleaned inside and out, and then we're gonna head to We Buy Any Car, which you'll see at the end after this clip, and that'll be the end of the Fiesta. So I'll see you guys in my next car. It's not actually mine, but we'll talk about that at the time. See you guys in the next one. Take care.